It's 2:15 a.m. The world is silent, but inside your skull, it's rush hour. You're replaying a conversation from 3 years ago. You're worrying about a meeting that hasn't happened yet. You're wondering why you said you too when the waiter told you to enjoy your meal. Why does your brain refuse to shut off when you need it most? For decades, we thought the brain was like a light bulb, on when we're working, off when we're resting. But science has uncovered a startling paradox. When you stop doing, your brain doesn't go dark. Instead, it activates a high-energy hidden circuit known as the default mode network, or DMN. A landmark Harvard study revealed that humans spend a staggering 47% of their waking hours in this state of mind, wandering. That's nearly half of your entire life lived in a mental simulation rather than reality. Today, we're going deep into the architecture of the overthinking brain. We'll look at the peer-reviewed evidence of why this happens and, more importantly, provide you with the neurological kill switch to finally find silence. Welcome to Pinnacle Mind Metrics. In 2001, Dr. Marcus Raichle at Washington University changed psychology forever. He noticed that when participants in MRI machines stopped performing specific tasks, certain regions of the brain actually became more active, consuming massive amounts of metabolic energy. He coined this the default mode. Think of it as your brain's screensaver mode, but instead of pretty pictures, it plays a loop of your greatest insecurities and what-if scenarios. This network spans 3 critical hubs: the posterior cingulate, the medial prefrontal cortex, and the angular gyrus. Together, they handle what scientists call self-referential processing. This is the neurological home of your ego. It's constantly scanning the past to find mistakes and projecting into the future to predict threats. But why is it so loud? Peer-reviewed research by Andrews Hanna in 2014 found a direct correlation. The higher the connectivity in your DMN, the more prone you are to rumination, that repetitive circular thinking that leads nowhere. This isn't just a personality trait, it's a biological energy drain. In 2010, researchers Matthew Killingsworth and Daniel Gilbert used a massive smartphone database to track the happiness of 2,250 people in real time. Their conclusion was a bombshell. A wandering mind is an unhappy mind. They found that overthinking doesn't just happen because we're unhappy, it is the cause of the unhappiness, making us 30% less satisfied with our lives, regardless of what we're actually doing. If you think overthinking is just a mental habit, the biology tells a much darker story. When your default mode network stays hot for too long, it triggers a cascade of physiological damage. First, let's talk about the amygdala hijack. Your DMN is tightly wired to your amygdala, the brain's alarm system. When you overthink, you are effectively poking your alarm system with imaginary threats. Your brain can't tell the difference between a real tiger and a "what if I lose my job" thought. The result, your body stays flooded with adrenaline and cortisol, leading to that tight feeling in your chest and chronic low-grade anxiety. Second, it's physically shrinking your memory center. This is perhaps the most sobering discovery. Robert Sapolsky, a neurobiologist at Stanford, has shown that prolonged exposure to the stress hormones generated by overthinking can actually atrophy the hippocampus. This is the region responsible for learning and memory. In chronic overthinkers, this area can shrink by as much as 14%. You aren't just distracted, you are physically losing the hardware required to store new information. Third, the sleep-waste paradox. Your brain has a specialized waste clearance system called the glymphatic system. It only works efficiently when the default mode is suppressed during deep sleep. But because overthinkers take 43% longer to fall asleep, that metabolic waste, including proteins linked to Alzheimer's, doesn't get cleared.
This is why brain fog feels like a physical weight the next morning. You are essentially waking up with a dirty brain. Understanding the problem is 50% of the cure. The other 50% is intervention. Here are the 4 techniques proven by fMRI data to dampen DMN activity and return you to the present. Solution 1. The 4-7-8 breath, the vagus nerve hack. Developed by Dr. Andrew Weil, this isn't just breathing, it's a rhythmic intervention. Inhale through the nose for 4, hold for 7, and exhale forcefully through the mouth for 8. Research published in the Journal of Clinical Psychiatry shows this specific ratio forces the vagus nerve to signal the brain to switch from sympathetic, fight or flight, to parasympathetic, rest and digest. Within 90 seconds, it's like pulling the plug on a noisy server. Solution 2. Cognitive offloading, the shredder method. A 2022 study by Finkelstein explored the power of physicalizing thoughts. When you write a worry down, you move it from the internal loop to external storage, but the secret is the destruction. Physically tearing up the paper or clicking delete on a digital note provides a sensory stop signal to the prefrontal cortex. fMRI scans show this reduces neural activity in the DMN by nearly 27%. Solution 3. The 90-second rule. Harvard brain scientist Dr. Bolte discovered that when a person has a reaction to something in their environment, there's a 90-second chemical process that happens, and any emotional response beyond that is because the person is choosing to stay in that circuit. When an overthinking spiral starts, set a timer. For 90 seconds, feel the vibration of the anxiety in your body, the heat, the tightness, but do not engage with the story. Once the chemicals flush out, the DMN naturally loses its fuel. Solution 4. Temporal distance, the 5-year filter. Based on construal level theory by Trope and Lieberman, asking how will I feel about this in 5 years forces your brain to switch from concrete processing, the stressor, to abstract processing, the big picture. This shift requires the brain to deactivate the DMN hubs by up to 35% because the ego cannot easily survive in a 5-year projection. Information without application is just entertainment. To stop the DMN from being your default, you have to habituate a new path. We call this the anti-overthinking stack. For the next 21 days, commit to this. Morning, 2 minutes of 4-7-8 breathing before you check your phone. Midday, 1 brain dump where you offload your top 3 stressors onto paper. Night, 90 seconds of future self journaling. Neuroplasticity is on your side. Research by Judson Brewer at Yale has shown that consistent mindfulness-style interventions can actually structurally change the DMN, making it less reactive over time. You aren't just calming down, you are physically rebuilding a quieter brain. Your mind is a high-performance tool, not a cage. It's time you learned how to put it down. If this deep dive into the science of the mind helped you, join our community at Pinnacle Mind Metrics by subscribing below. Our mission is to bridge the gap between clinical research and your daily reality. Check the description for the full list of cited studies, including Raichle, Killingsworth, and Sapolsky.